So, you want to make a song in GarageBand. Let me assure you, you've come to the right place. Luckily for you, I just so happen to be a self-proclaimed GarageBand expert. By the end of this video, you too will be able to make an absolute banger in GarageBand that even your mother will be proud of. Let's get into it. Before we begin, you might be wondering, why GarageBand? Shouldn't I use Logic Pro X or FL Studio? It's a simple answer really. I'm poor. GarageBand is free, widely available, and easy to learn. If you're like me, you can't really afford to buy music-related products every payday and spend thousands of dollars on plugins just to make a half-decent song. There are also a lot of free plugins in GarageBand that you can download, some of which we'll be using today, so make sure you have those downloaded before we start. Let's begin. Before we record anything, we need to decide our tempo, key, and time signature. For the sake of time, I will not explain what these mean. However, I will make a video in the future going into more detail about them. We're going to have our song at 130 BPM in the key of C major and with the time signature of 4/4. Next, there are three main ways to start a song. These are a chord progression, a melody, or a drum beat. We're going to start with a chord progression because it's how I usually start a song and what I find the easiest. We'll use a simple chord progression for our song that is used in a lot of modern pop songs today. Here it is. It's A minor, F major, C major, and G major. If you want one with a bit more Japanese spice, you might do F major, G major, E minor, A minor instead. However, we'll just stick with the first one for now. There are two ways we can record this on GarageBand. Either by playing it and recording it in the keyboard instrument menu, or by going into the track menu and using the edit function to place each individual note. If you play and record the chords, make sure you quantize the notes so that they play in time with the song. Go into track settings, quantization, straight, and quarter note. Next is the melody. Add a new instrument and choose the keyboard. There are other instruments that can be used for melodies, such as a guitar or vocals. However, the sound choices for guitar are a lot more limited on GarageBand, and I'm not the best singer, so we'll stick with keyboard. As I mentioned before, we are in the key of C major. That means we only want to use the white notes for the melody. If you're making your own original song, play around with these notes until you find something that you like. Here's the melody that we're going to use today. If you record it like I did there, make sure you quantize it like the chords. However, quantize to the 8th note, not the quarter note. Here's what it looks like in the edit function if you want to place each note instead. Okay, moving on to the drum beat. We're going to use a simple 4 on the floor beat today. If you want to use a more complex beat, there are tons of drum tutorials all over YouTube. When it comes to recording drums on GarageBand, I tend to use the edit function because I find it easier than playing the drums on an iPhone. However, if you want to record the drums, it looks like this. Remember, Don't forget to quantize to the 8th note. Also, here's what it looks like in the edit function. Make sure to add these cool little snare fills to add some spice. So, at the moment, we've got a chord progression, a melody, and a drum beat, but it's sounding a little bland. We can fix this by changing the instruments.
Wow!
Let's duplicate the chords. Go into the first one and select Alchemy Synth, Pads, and then Epic Cloud Formation. For the other one, select Other, then Strings Sustain. We're also going to change up the Epic Cloud Formation in the Edit function. Select all of these notes and drag them up one octave. Then we will add these extra notes above. For the melody, select Keyboards, 80s Wave Bells. Finally, change the volume of the instruments. For the Epic Cloud Formation, about 45%. For the strings, 30%. And wave bells, 50%. Also the drums, 70%. Here's the before and after. Next, let's add the bass, specifically the Liverpool bass. It's a similar story to the drums and keyboard. If you record it, make sure to quantize to the 8th note. Here's what it looks like in the edit function. Also, change the volume to 50%. Now for the electric guitar. We're just going to play the chord progression using the retro wah sound with high drive and wah turned on. However, the guitar is a little different than other instruments in GarageBand. This is because guitars are strummed, which means we don't play all the notes at the same time. So that means we do not want to quantize the guitar after we record it.
No, don't do it!
It also means that if we use the edit function, it won't have the same strum effect, so it's just best that we record it ourselves. Here's what that looks like. Set the volume to 50%. At the moment, we got a solid chorus, but nothing to go before it. So, let's do a pre-chorus. First, we need to extend our song by 24 bars and drag everything except the strings and pad to the end. Before we add anything to the pre-chorus, duplicate the wave bells and copy and paste the melody. Then select the new melody and go into settings, and then transpose it up one octave. Next, let's do the pre-chorus melody. You know the drill by now. Quantize if you record it, or use the edit function. Make sure you loop the melody and copy and paste it to the other wave bells and transpose up an octave. For the drums in the pre-chorus, we'll start halfway through with a kick drum, then add some snares as we go. It looks like this. Now what are you going to do? That's right, quantize or use the edit function. The last thing we will add to the pre-chorus is the bass. Like the drums, we'll start halfway through the pre-chorus. Congratulations! Now that's the last time you need to quantize. Also, here's the edit function if you need it. Before we finish, let's do some final touch-ups. Extend the song to 34 bars and double the chorus. Then go into the loop function and search for long crash 3. Drag it into the song at the start of the chorus and copy and paste it at the end of the chorus. Then go into the edit function for the drums and add a kick and crash at the end of the chorus. There we go! That's it! Let's have a listen to the whole song. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you learned something new. Please like and subscribe for more, and I'll see you later. Bye!